The Oscar nominations are out. It's almost Oscar time, and there's a nominee for Best Actress named Karla Sofía Gascón. This is for a Spanish language transgender musical. You heard me right, called Emilia Perez. I've seen clips of this thing, and it looks god awful, and I love musicals. So this nominee for Best Actress named Karla Sofía Gascón is, well, very unique, to say the least, because Karla Sofía Gascón, nominated for Best Actress in a movie, is, in fact, a man who dresses up and represents as Karla Sofía Gascón, a woman. And, of course, Karla Sofía Gascón refused to use pronouns. Sorry, you're just going to have to hear the full name throughout this entire segment. Karla Sofía Gascón, in many respects, was nominated because Oscar has a brand new and important diversity initiative. In fact, they passed rules a couple of years ago that films will only be considered eligible for Oscars if they have enough diversity, either in the casting or the storyline or in the creative staff, or a combination of all those things. The Reagan biopic, the movie about Ronald Reagan. Today's his birthday, by the way. Happy birthday, Gipper. The movie about Ronald Reagan's life, it did very well. It did well at the box office. It did well streaming. It was actually a very good film with Dennis Quaid playing Ronald Reagan very well. It was deemed ineligible for any Oscar. And I doubt it would have gotten any nominations because Hollywood has always hated Reagan and still hates Reagan, even hated Reagan. Well, they loved him when he was a Democrat working in Hollywood, but then when he became a Republican, they hated him. That's how it goes. They weren't going to get nominated, but it was deemed ineligible for Oscar consideration because it wasn't diverse enough. It wasn't diverse enough. So it didn't even get considered. It's hilarious. So Karla Sofía Gascón, of course, is now nominated for Best Actress, and this film, Emilia Perez, is nominated for Best Film because, in part, the diversity initiative. Because think about it, everything about this movie, it's Spanish language, it covers transgender issues and racial issues and ethnic issues. There's probably an immigration storyline in there. I haven't seen it. And I love the fact that, it's not just a musical, it's a gay musical. Let me just tell you something. As a man who worked in the musical theater industry for many years before I started this career, pretty much every musical is gay. Just conceptually, it's just sort of, just is. But this one's really gay, like that. So anyway, Karla Sofía Gascón is being celebrated. Oh, by the way, I love this. Look at how the New York Times wrote up this incredible glass ceiling shattering moment when Karla Sofía Gascón became a Best Actress nominee. Here, how well did Emilia Perez do? With 13 Oscar nominations, the movie led the field on Thursday. And if Gomez had managed to snag that supporting actress nomination, it would have tied the record for 14 nominations held by All About Eve, Titanic, and La La Land. But the movie still made Oscar history with its leading woman, Karla Sofía Gascón. Leading woman. So I thought we couldn't define woman, but apparently the New York Times can define woman as long as the woman is Karla Sofía Gascón, which, by the way, need I remind you, is in fact a man, who became the first openly trans actress to be nominated for an Academy Award. By the way, why is this historic? If Karla Sofía is Gascón, if Karla Sofía Gascón is a woman, and there's no difference. We keep hearing this, right? Trans women are women. Women are women. And there's no difference at all. And that's why they should have access to everything. It's like, okay, so if Karla Sofía Gascón, by every other definition, a man who dresses up as a woman, is supposed to be considered a woman, and they keep telling me, don't make distinctions. There's no difference. Karla Sofía Gascón is a woman, just like any other woman. Well, if that's the case, then why are we celebrating this historic nomination? You can't have it both ways, right? It's either, oh, yeah, just another woman named Karla Sofía Gascón, just like any other woman, so no big deal. Or this is amazing and historic because Karla Sofía Gascón isn't just any woman. She's a woman with a... but this is my favorite part. Karla Sofía Gascón is described in this article as a woman. But look at the next sentence. 2 cisgender actors have won Oscars for playing trans roles, Jared Leto in Dallas Buyers Club and Hilary Swank in Boys Don't Cry. But if Gascon prevails, she will become the first trans actor to have done so. So let me get this straight. Karla Sofía Gascón is a woman, but Jared Leto is not a man, and Hilary Swank is not a woman. They're cisgender actors. You see that? Isn't that clever? So the only person identified as a woman in this New York Times article is actually a man. And the man referred to in the article is a cisgender actor. All right. But honestly, that's not the best part of this story about Karla Sofía Gascón, nominated for Best Actress for an Oscar. No, the best thing about Karla Sofía Gascón's nomination is that we're now learning that Karla Sofía Gascón is a bigot. A transgender bigot, nonetheless, but certainly a bigot. Variety has the write-up. Apparently, Karla Sofía Gascón went into a bigoted racist rage multiple times on Twitter in the past. Problematic tweets, to say the least. The posts, many of which were deleted on Thursday after they were resurfaced by journalist Sarah Hagee, were largely posted between 2020 and 2021. It's not like this was a long time ago, right? I have friends who, they're in their late 20s now, maybe early 30s. And back when they were in high school, they may have posted some stuff on social media that they regret now. And they can legitimately say, listen, that was over a decade ago. I was a teenager. I was a kid. I was trying to rile people up. I'm sorry. This is 4 years ago, 3 years ago when this person did this. One example dated November 22nd, 2020. I'm sorry, is it just my impression or is there more Muslims in Spain? Every time I go to pick up my daughter from school, there are more women with their hair covered and their skirts down to their heels. Next year, instead of English, we'll have to teach Arabic. Okay. I'm starting to like this Karla Sofía Gascón, actually. Along with her posts about Islam, Gascon posted a long thread about George Floyd just days after he was killed by a cop. Oh boy, inspiring protest. Quote, I really think that very few people ever cared about George Floyd, a drug addict swindler. But his death has served to once again demonstrate that there are people who still consider Black people to be monkeys without rights and consider policemen to be assassins. They're all wrong. Well, thanks for clearing that up, Karla. Dang. I have a feeling Karla's a Democrat with that kind of racist talk. All right, next one. Commentary appears to extend to other religions as well. In a post from August 16th, 2021, Gascon writes, I am so sick of so much of this bleep, of this, of Islam, of Christianity, of Catholicism, and all the beliefs of morons that violate human rights. I guess the Jews got off okay in that one. But and the Hindus and the Buddhists. It's just Islam, Christians, and Catholics. By the way, Karla, just so you know, Catholics are Christians, but I'll save that fight for another day. A tweet from August 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic reads, the Chinese vaccine. Oh boy, here we go. Oh, this is Karla will not recover from this one, I promise you. Is this a Trump tweet that we're getting here? The Wuhan virus, the Chinese vaccine, the apart from the mandatory chip, comes with 2 spring rolls, a cat that moves its hand, 2 plastic flowers, a pop-up lantern, 3 telephone lines, and €1 for your first controlled purchase. Another tweet from February 2020 similarly takes aim at China. February 2020, this is even before the pandemic really took hold. This was like when it was early stages, and there was no lockdown even. So many scientists in the world making bombs, so many scholars constructing objects for space, so many medicinal factories, and there's no one who can get in line with this Chinese shrug emoji. In the end, it was a tremendous show for a new variant of the flu, avian or coronavirus. All right, and one more. Oh, Karla even had a tweet about the Oscars. This would be your Oscar-nominated Best Actress tweeting about the Oscars in a problematic way. More and more, the Oscars are looking like a ceremony for independent and protest films. I didn't know if I was watching an Afro-Korean festival, a Black Lives Matter demonstration, or the 8M. Apart from that, an ugly, ugly gala. Or is it gala? Wow, this is delicious. I am loving this. I'm not going to watch the Oscars. They signaled to me that they don't care for me to watch them anymore, so I won't. I remember a day when the Oscars were like the Super Bowl. Everybody would watch it. And now no one cares because Hollywood has gone out of their way to tell me that they hate me. So why would I spend time and energy watching them celebrate their beautiful gowns and their great dresses and their bizarre lifestyle? No, but I am interested in watching how all this plays out. There have been calls for the Academy to drop Karla from the nominee list, but there's no precedent for that, so they're not going to do that. And there have been calls for this person to step down independently, and they've said that they're not going to do that. So here we go. Let's see how it all plays out. But I think we can all enjoy the sweet, sweet irony that this guy who dresses as a woman and is making history as the first transgender to be nominated as Best Actress for an Oscar is there because of the celebration over checking all the right boxes and being diverse and inclusive, and yet at the same time is one of the most hateful, racist, anti-Muslim, anti-Oscar bigots you'll ever see. I think that's pretty fantastic. Have you seen the news from economists? They're forecasting a depression, not a recession, a depression by the year 2030. Well, unless something's done. See, we've got this perfect storm of Social Security and Medicare hitting a breaking point on the budget because the largest generation is hitting retirement. And then you've got a smaller workforce, meaning a smaller tax base to fund those programs. And then you got growing national debt, rising cost of living. It's a big problem. So I know you want the government to do something, but what are you doing personally to take control and protect your family for the future? Have you thought about gold? Well, gold can be a safe haven in hard economic times, and Birch Gold makes it easy to diversify a portion of your savings into physical gold. Birch Gold, they're the experts. They're going to help you transition an existing IRA or 401k into an IRA in physical gold, and it doesn't cost you a penny out of pocket. I want you to protect your future today. Text my name, Larry, Larry, to 989898. Get your free info kit on gold and get a copy of the Ultimate Guide for Gold in the Trump Era with a foreword by Donald Trump Jr. There's no obligation, only information. Text my name, Larry, to 989898. Do it today.